What is going on, Madden Daily? So, what we're going to do in this video is we're going to break down how to attack the sideline, and this is going to be in preparation for Madden 16. You guys are well aware by now that Madden 16 is going to drop here in the next couple weeks. Some people are getting it early, some people are going to get the EA access, some people just simply have to wait till the 25th, I believe is the release date. But regardless, it is August 8th right now. So Madden 16 is right around the corner. And what we're going to do is we're going to slowly move away from Madden 15 tips. And what we're going to do is we're going to transition our tips to things that are going to help you exceed early on in Madden 16. So one thing I wanted to hit on is a lot of you guys, if you've been playing for a while, you guys are well aware that there's different route concepts take advantage of zones. But one thing you'll notice if you remember at the very early part of Madden 15 is that the flat zones in cover 3 and cover 4, they play deep to short, which is the way they technically should play. So it's a very good improvement, something that they're doing. However, it made life miserable for people trying to pass the ball early in the year. So I'm going to come out initially and I'm going to show you the standard streak corner flat combo. And this is a route combo that has been used forever. I mean, pretty much since I started playing Madden, this is a concept that you'll see on Sundays, you'll see it on Saturdays, anytime you see a football game, throughout the course of a real game or in a Madden game, somebody will use a concept very similar to this. So I'm going to come out and play stick initially. I'm going to come out and play cover 3 buzz press. So standard cover 3 defense right here. In years past, prior to this year, this concept with a fade, flat, and a corner out would get that corner out open. However, as you guys see here, they play deep to short, which is fine and dandy. You have that flat route open. As I go to the instant replay, you guys will see that you can hike and throw that flat route. That's all fine and dandy, as I mentioned, but you can't hit a 2-3 yard pass the entire game. So what are you going to do? Pretty much, if your opponent uses that, you don't really have a route, which is what made passing the ball so difficult in the early part of this year. So we're going to do another version of it. We're going to move the streak to the outside. Fade, streak, it's all the same. And as you see, this is just a standard cover 3. So cover 3, this is base aligned. But the flat zone is still going to play deep. So he's not going to allow you to have that corner route, which is technically, as I mentioned, what he is supposed to do. So very happy EA finally made that a priority and made the zone coverage great. However, passing the ball with this concept becomes difficult. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you a play that we used throughout the course of Madden 15 to take advantage of the improved AI, and then I'm going to show you how to mimic that for next year. So the play I'm talking about is going to be Eagles Flood. For those of you guys that either bought the Philly ebook or have played a ton of ranked games, played MUT, Eagles Flood is a phenomenal play that takes advantage of this concept. And the reasoning behind it is the positioning between where the flat zone is, or the flat route, and where the corner route is. So you'll see that the wide receiver, the guy that's in the middle of the bunch on the left, he's going to the slot, or he's going to the flat, excuse me. So what that's going to do is that's going to force the flat zone's hand, so he's going to jump down, play that flat, leaving that wide open area for the corner. So we're going to hike the ball, and you'll see right here, wide open corner route. You have plenty of room to throw that ball, and it's an easy completion, time in and time out. So go to instant replay really quick. So as you'll see, the flat zone jumps down immediately on the flat and leaves that wide open area behind him to throw that corner route. So I'm going to show you one more time. I just hike the ball. You'll see corner out wide open. You have no chance of a flat zone picking that pass off. So that's all fine and dandy. However, to my knowledge, that this is the only play in the entire game that is a stock fade flat corner combo with this look. Everything else you pretty much have to mimic and use the hot routes to create, which is all fine and dandy. So we'll go to the play deep fork, and actually I'm going to show you two variations of this. You have deep fork from the gun flip trips, phenomenal play. It's Arizona, Tennessee's playbook this year. I think it's in Dallas as well. Next year, no idea what playbooks it will be in. However, if it is in the game, it will be a phenomenal play, and in a moment I'll break down why. So you have that play, which is deep fork, and then oddly enough, play deep fork out of gun trips tight end. Both have been phenomenal plays for years now. I'd say dating back 4, maybe 5 years even. And the reason they're effective is because you can use these plays to create this concept. So coming out in deep fork from flip trips first. And same thing, cover 3. So what you'll want to do is you'll just fade the outside guy, and then the RB receiver, you put him on a flat. So the concept is the same. If you wanted to, you can move this guy over to create the bunch look. However, it's not necessary. You could leave him on the outside. And it's still going to give you that wide open area to throw the corner out. And that is huge, because now you don't have to stay in just one play or one formation. Once you understand this concept, all you really need is a corner route that is on the inside of a potential bunch set. So, or a trip set, I should say. So we'll go ahead, we'll hike the ball, and you'll see, same thing, wide open area for you to throw that corner route. Now, if they start putting purples and they start manning people up, you may have to hit the flat or the streak, depending on what they're doing. Maybe they put their outside corner in a purple to take advantage of the corner out or something like that. But the main thing I wanted to show you is the concept of this, and that's pretty much it. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna show you one more time. So I'm still in cover 3, gonna baseline, and it's gonna be open every single time. Like, they're not going to drop back. They're not going to bait you. I mean, you're gonna be able to throw that very consistently as long as they don't start putting their guys into purples and stuff along those lines, manning them up. So now we're gonna move on to the next play, which is going to be deep fork at a trips tight end. And as I mentioned, it's going to be the same concept. The play is, as once again, deep fork, cover 3 buzz. And all you're going to want to do is put a flat zone or a flat route by the slot guy. You can hike the ball, and you have the wide open corner route. Now, he got hit stick right there, and that was partially because I left that post route. So the corner that was on him dropped back and was near the corner route. So you could put him on a fade if you want, or you could just leave that post route there as well. So same thing. That was a very glitchy jump, but we're gonna go ahead. We'll throw it again. I threw it a bit early right there, but the zone is going to be there. Let me show you the instant replay. So you hike the ball. You see the flat zone is playing the flats, and you've got a wide open area to throw this pass. So, going to do it one more time, and then we will move on to the other little adjustment. So you see right here, wide open, very easy completion. And as long as you have the flat zone, or the flat route, going to the sideline before you have the corner route, you're going to have this concept every single time. So now the one thing that we wanted to hit on, the only other thing that I wanted to hit on is the C routes. C routes work a bit different, but at the same time, the same. So I'm going to come out in deep fork from flip trips. Now the standard C route is not going to be a cover 3 as long as there's a flat zone there, because the flat zone is going to drop back with the C route. So we can actually take advantage of that by putting a flat zone out there. So you see, if you look at the C route, he's going to cut to the inside, cut up, and then cut back out. The flat zone is going to get caught on his initial cut up the field, which is going to allow us to take advantage and just hike, throw to the flats, and we'll be able to pick up 4 or 5 yards, 3, 4, 5 yards, pretty much at will. So now, especially in a play like this where we're taking advantage of the right side of the field with this concept, if we wanted to just move or motion a flat zone to the other side, now your opponent can't be in a cover 3 because they can't play the left and right side of the field. If they start manning people up, then they're losing their zones. We're going to have somebody open. So once again, you'll see the flat zone. That was a duck of a throw, but the flat zone is going to drop back with the C route as soon as he cuts up field. Go ahead, hike the ball. You see he cuts up, throw to the flats, pick up 7, 8 yards right there. So it's a very, very easy concept and something that's going to work next year because of how the programming is. And I don't know why, but it's going to work, and I mean I do know why, but the way the programming in the game is, in order to improve the AI, they had to focus on taking away the deep routes and leaving the short routes. Once again, that is a real life scheme. I mean, nobody's going to consistently give you a 15-yard pass. They're going to make you check it down to the 2, 3-yard one and earn your way up the field. But this is a way to counter the AI in the game. So the only other thing that I wanted to mention is you can still utilize the C routes as corner routes. So if you wanted to, say, put a flat zone by the running back, streak or fade a guy on the same side, now you'll be able to actually roll out and hit that C route because the flat zone is getting A, bumped, and then B, he's going to react to the actual flat. So you'll see the flat zone right here. He's initially getting bumped by the streak, and that little delay forces him to pretty much A, be out of position, but B, now he's going to start coming down on the other routes. So you'll have that wide open C route there. So at a plays like spread, shotgun spread, doubles, you could really utilize this concept, and it's a very simple thing that's going to work. And we'll go ahead, we'll run it again. You see C route wide open on the sideline, and that will be it for this. In the next video, I'm going to be breaking down how to create really good separation on crossing routes, and that will be attacking the middle of the field, something that you guys will be able to utilize heavy in Madden 16 as well. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy these videos, and if you really focus on these concepts and learn the concepts themselves, as soon as you get Madden 16 or Madden 17, these are things that are going to transfer to any Madden there is. So once again, that is it, and on to the next video.